Hello, welcome to Hope Ready. I'm your host, Dr. Ellen. Election Day is right around the corner. Seems like a good time to have three politically minded college students join me on this episode. They represent Generation Z, a generation known for being agents of social change, desiring to solve the world's complex problems and provide sustainable solutions. With me today is Martha Beattie, a senior. She's majoring in political science and English. Mary Kamara-Hagemeyer, who's a junior and is majoring in history and business. And Gretel Weller, who's a sophomore and majoring in accounting. The first question's for Martha. Martha, no matter what the results of the election are, there will be hard feelings. What suggestions do you have for engaging with your peers post-election?
Yeah, I think this is a really important question and a really important topic to talk about because right now, we're feeling the weight of the election, and there's a lot of talk of so much divisiveness in our country and so much partisanship skewed so far on both sides. And so I would say post-election, just remembering that, some people will be grieving and some people will be celebrating, and just kind of, respecting those differences and understanding that there are going to be mixed feelings, right? Some people might be happy, some might be sad, some might be angry, or any of those kinds of, range of emotions on either side of the political spectrum. So just respecting one another, having compassion and empathy, for your neighbor and, for your peers. And just remembering that, when you engage in discussions with people, it's so easy to think, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat. And when you go into those conversations, you're thinking, well, they're automatically, skewed so far to this side. And so, or they're automatically so skewed so far to this side. So just remembering that, it is a spectrum and that we do all have varying beliefs and, varying opinions, and that, approaching a conversation, don't assume that somebody takes the opinion of the extreme. And lastly, just to have empathy and to have grace for yourself, and knowing that it's okay if you need time to process, and it's okay if, you want to take time to celebrate.
That's awesome advice, Martha. You are so wise. Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next, over to Gretel. So the issues, Gretel, that we care about are still going to exist after the election is over, no matter who is elected. How will you continue to be engaged with the issues that matter to you?
Yeah, this is also a really important question. I think overall, find organizations and like-minded people to engage with on these issues. It's comforting to know you have some people with the same views to talk about it with, but also find people who have different views and explain to them why these issues are important to you. This can help, gain a better understanding on each side, and in return, listen to the issues that they think are important. And I think this will help to bridge the gap between, Republicans and Democrats.
That is also such wise advice. You guys are blowing me away. I love Hope students so much. You're wise in your young years. Next question is for Mary. What words of hope or encouragement do you have for your peers regarding the future of our democracy?
Yeah, so I think I'm very encouraged by how many people from our generation, Gen Z, I've seen get so involved and be wanting to vote and be civically engaged in our country. I think I would just acknowledge that democracy is hard work. It's not always easy. And so when we see kind of different threats that people are talking about, that's okay. It's something that you have to uphold and work at to keep. So I think I've really seen the power of our voices, the youth voice. We have the opportunity to work for what we want in our democracy. And it's a fight worth fighting. I know a lot of people are tired. It's a little confusing to see, different things on the news, conflicting advice, some misinformation sometimes. But I think that we're ready to take on this responsibility as, the leaders of tomorrow to help maintain our democracy. So my hope is really in the young people like myself and Gretel and Martha that really care about this and are aware of the issues going on. And I think we have a deep feeling of wanting justice for all human beings. I think we all want to have a healthy American democracy, and I know we can fight for it.
Well said. I don't know about you, but I feel inspired right now, and I have faith in Generation Z to keep us moving forward and to bring about the much needed change that I think we're all longing for. With that, I hope that we will give dignity, show respect, and live love as we move through this next election. Thanks so much for joining us today. Let's all be hope ready.